Hi, this is Tamara from mooglyblog.com, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to make the easy log cabin Afghan. This is a free pattern on mooglyblog.com. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to check the description for the links. Here I have the finished Afghan, and if I spread it out a little bit here, you can see it starts with a square in the center and then builds out and around with that. It's just made with simple double crochets. So let me show you how it comes together. This original blanket, I should say, is made with Lion Brand Textures, which is a great self-striping yarn, which creates all this great color with just one skein, although you'll need to change skeins as you run out, because of course you'll need more than one skein to make the blanket. Now for the video tutorial today, I'm going to use Lion Brand Modern Baby, as well as a furls hook, and I'm using this because it's a nice solid color and it'll be a little bit easier to see how the stitches come together. So let's get started here. I have here the very first square at the very center of the blanket. This is 12 double crochets across and 7 rows. Now the way I like to do it is to chain 14, skip 2, and double crochet in the remaining 12, and not count that chain 2 as a stitch, and then start each row with a chain 2. But if you prefer to start with a chain 3 and count it as a stitch, or use a chainless starting double crochet, however you like, it's up to you. The point is to get 12 stitches across and 7 rows. Then, now normally again in the standard pattern I wouldn't be changing colors. I'm going to change colors here just to make it a little easier to see. Let me get my hook in the loop here. There we are. Alright, now instead of chaining 2 and turning to work back across the top of the row like I normally would, I'm going to chain 2 and turn this block 90 degrees. So from here to here. And there I'm going to work right across the sides of the rows here. Move that out of the way. And here's how I get 12 stitches across 7 rows, because that's what you need to have to keep the pattern working. Remember we had 12 rows across here, so we want 12 rows across here. Or excuse me, 12 stitches. So I'm going to put 2 double crochets in the side of the first row. Oops. There we are. 1, 2. 2 double crochets in the side of the next row. 1, 2. Then 1 double crochet in the side of the next row, and then 2 double crochets in the sides of the next row. And this is just the way I found was best to distribute them. If you find another way you like better, that's fine too, as long as you get 12 across. That's the important thing. Let's do 2 in the next. The thing you want to do is just keep it looking even across. 1 in the next row, and then 2 in the last row. 1 and 2. Now, I like to always go back and check my work. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 stitches worked across this way. Now from here, I would keep working back and forth with the blue in rows until I had 7 rows of this one. So just with the orange, we had 12 stitches, 7 rows. I want 12 stitches and 7 rows. So let's skip ahead here and take a look at the end of these 7 rows. Let's see. All right, so on this swatch, I've made, again, the orange is the first one, then the blue, and I've made my 7 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now it's time to add the third section. Again, I'm going to change color just to help demonstrate. Instead of working back across here, I am going to turn it this way and work across this way. So again, I'll start with a chain 2, work 2 double crochets in the side of the first row. Don't usually have to deal with these little ends because I'm not usually changing color right here. There we go. 1, 2, 2 in the side of the next row, like so. One in the side of the next row, two in the side of the row after that, two in the side of the row after that, and then one and then two. So basically it's 2 2 1 2 2 1 2. Did I do that right? Let's see. 2 4 6 8 9 10 11 12. So we need 3 more. So I'll do one more here. I think I must have missed one somewhere. Let's see. Yep, we got 2 1. Oh, I missed one on the second row. That's what happened. So I've got 2 in the side of the first row. I want to put 2 in the side of the second row, 1 in the side of the third row, there we are, 2 in the side of the fourth and fifth rows. And again, this is all spelled out in the pattern. In fact, the written pattern, again, that's free on mooglyblog.com, includes 2 different ways that you can sort of read the pattern. I've got a basic summary with the ideas of it, sort of how I'm explaining here, as well as a more standard written pattern. And there's also a graphic to help you visualize. So there we are. Now I've got my 12 stitches across the side of this block here, but I'm going to keep going and work across the foundation chain of this block here, the very first block we made. So counting back, we need 12 stitches in this one. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So I know I need to start right here and then just work 1 stitch at the bottom of each of these stitches. This is certainly the easier part. So altogether I will have 24 stitches across in this row. And that's sort of the pattern. Every 2 blocks you're going to increase by 12 stitches, which might be a little confusing until you start doing it, but once I think you start making this pattern, it'll all become a lot clearer. If you want to play around with the number of stitches, that's fine too. Just remember to keep it where you can work the same number across the side as you can in the first row, and always have an odd number of rows. If you work an even number of rows before you turn and do the second block, you're going to end up with sort of a mitered look rather than going all the way around the first block. You'll just be working off to the corner, which is also pretty cool, just a different look. All right, I missed one of the loops there. There we are. All right. So I have 24 stitches across to start this third block, and I'll work another 6 rows for 7 total of this block here. And that's how you make the third block. Let me set this aside and we'll take a look at our last swatch here. Okay, now here I've kept going a little bit, but I think you're starting to get the idea. Again, the orange was the first one, then I turned it this way, worked this one, turn it this way. We're always turning the same direction. Work 7 rows of the third block, turn it this way, and we work 12 stitches across the side of this one, another 12 stitches across the side of this one. This one isn't here yet, so this is another 24 stitches, 7 rows. We get to the top here, and we turn it again, work across the side of the latest block, work across the top of the original block, work across the side of this one for 7 rows, and it just keeps continuing like that. So we start here and we just keep working our way around. If I were to keep going with this one, I would turn it this way again, work 12 across here, 12 across the top of the blue block, 12 across the side of this block, and at that point it would be 36 stitches because 12, 12, 12. So you can see it just keeps growing around and around. You always want to turn in a clockwise motion. When you get to the end of your 7th row, you know it's time to turn again. And that's the basic idea behind the Easy Log Cabin Afghan. I hope this video has helped you out. Thank you so much for watching, and please do subscribe to our channel.